before modern laboratories, before chemistry textbooks, before acids, distillation, and scientific experimentation. There was one man, a scholar surrounded by smoke, fire, glass, and mystery. A man whose experiments would echo across centuries. A man historians would later call the father of chemistry. His name was Jabir ibn Hayyan. In Europe, he became known as Geber. For centuries, his writings shaped science across the Islamic world and medieval Europe. But who was he really? A genius? An alchemist? A philosopher? Or the scientist who transformed ancient magic into real experimentation? Tonight, we enter the hidden laboratories of the 8th century, where flames never died, metals melted in silence, and one man searched for the secrets of matter itself. This is the story of Jabir ibn Hayyan. To understand Jabir ibn Hayyan, we must first understand his world. The 8th century was an age of transformation. Empires rose and fell across continents. Trade routes connected Asia, Africa, and Europe. Ideas traveled farther than ever before. And at the center of this intellectual revolution stood the Islamic world. Cities like Baghdad, Kufa, and Damascus became centers of learning unlike anything the world had seen. Greek philosophy, Persian medicine, Indian mathematics, Egyptian knowledge, all flowed into a new civilization hungry for discovery. But chemistry did not yet exist, at least not as we know it today. Instead, there was alchemy. Alchemy was a strange mixture of science, philosophy, mysticism, and experimentation. Alchemists believed ordinary metals could become gold. They searched for legendary substances, the philosopher's stone, the elixir of life, secrets of immortality. Many failed. Many were frauds. But among them, a few began to develop something extraordinary, real scientific methods. And one man would push this farther than anyone before him, Jabir ibn Hayyan. The life of Jabir ibn Hayyan is surrounded by mystery. Even today, historians debate where he was born. Some believe he was born in Tus. Others believe his family later settled in Kufa. His father, Hayyan, may have been connected to political movements opposing the Umayyad rulers. During this era, politics could be deadly. The Islamic world was experiencing enormous change. The Umayyad dynasty was weakening. The Abbasid revolution was rising. Violence and power struggles spread across the region. Some historical accounts claim Jabir's father was executed because of political involvement. If true, young Jabir grew up understanding something important very early. Knowledge and power were deeply connected. As a child, Jabir became obsessed with learning. Medicine, philosophy, astronomy, mathematics, natural sciences. He studied under influential scholars, including traditions connected to Jafar al-Sadiq, one of the most respected intellectual figures of the era. Under these circles of learning, Jabir encountered a revolutionary idea. Nature followed rules, not magic, not chaos. Rules. And if those rules could be understood, humanity could unlock the secrets of the universe. The rise of the Abbasid Caliphate changed history forever. Its capital, Baghdad, a city that would become one of the greatest intellectual centers in human history. Under the Abbasids, science flourished. Translation movements began collecting knowledge from Greece, Persia, India, and beyond. Scholars translated works from Aristotle, Galen, and Ptolemy into Arabic. But the Islamic Golden Age was not simply preserving knowledge. It was expanding it, transforming it, inventing entirely new fields. And Jabir ibn Hayyan stood at the center of this revolution. Unlike many philosophers of his time, Jabir believed ideas alone were not enough. Knowledge had to be tested, observed, repeated, measured. This idea would become one of the foundations of modern science. Jabir's laboratory changed history. For the first time, chemical experimentation became systematic, careful, repeatable, scientific. He designed and improved laboratory equipment, glassware, furnaces, distillation devices, alembics, crucibles, instruments that would influence chemistry for centuries. Many modern laboratory concepts trace their origins to experiments developed during this era. Jabir experimented constantly, heating metals, purifying substances, mixing minerals, testing reactions, recording results. Failure after failure, experiment after experiment, he searched for patterns hidden inside matter itself. This separated him from mystical alchemists. Jabir wanted evidence. He wanted processes that could be repeated, verified, observed. And that approach changed everything. One of Jabir's greatest achievements was advancing distillation. Distillation is the process of heating substances, capturing vapor, and condensing it into purified liquid. Today, distillation is used everywhere. Medicine, perfumes, petroleum, alcohol production, chemical engineering. But centuries ago, this process was still primitive. Jabir refined it dramatically. His work improved the alembic, a distillation apparatus that became essential in laboratories across the world. Through distillation, scientists could isolate substances more precisely than ever before. Purity became measurable. Transformation became observable. Chemistry became experimental. This was revolutionary. Jabir studied minerals and acids with extraordinary intensity. Historical writings associated with him describe substances similar to nitric acid, hydrochloric acid, sulfuric acid. These materials would later become fundamental to chemistry. He explored crystallization, evaporation, calcination, sublimation, and filtration. Processes still used today. For Jabir, metals were not random materials. They followed hidden structures, hidden transformations. He believed substances could change form under precise conditions. Although some alchemical ideas were incorrect, his methods pushed experimentation forward, and that mattered enormously. Because science advances not only through correct answers, but through better methods. Jabir ibn Hayyan was not only an experimenter, he was also a philosopher. He believed the universe was built upon balance, numbers, proportions, natural harmony. His writings mixed chemistry with philosophy, medicine, astronomy, and spirituality. To modern readers, some passages seem mysterious, even mystical. But beneath those layers was something groundbreaking. the belief that nature could be understood through systematic investigation. Observation mattered. Measurement mattered. Experiment mattered. These ideas would become the heart of the scientific method centuries later. Jabir's influence did not remain inside the Islamic world. His work spread westward into Europe, translated into Latin, studied by medieval scholars. There, he became known as Geber. For centuries, European alchemists and early chemists studied texts linked to his name. His influence reached universities, laboratories, and scholars across medieval Europe. Some historians debate which works were truly written by Jabir himself, but the impact is undeniable. The Jabirian tradition transformed chemical thinking and helped bridge ancient alchemy into early chemistry. Jabir lived in a world where science and mysticism often overlapped. Astrology mixed with astronomy, alchemy mixed with chemistry, medicine mixed with philosophy. But slowly, through experimentation, something changed. The laboratory began replacing superstition. Observation began replacing pure speculation. And although the transition took centuries, Jabir helped push humanity toward scientific thinking, not perfectly, not completely, but decisively. Today, modern chemistry powers civilization, medicines, fuels, electronics, agriculture, materials, industry. Countless discoveries trace their roots back through centuries of experimentation. And near the beginning of that long scientific journey stands Jabir ibn Hayyan, a scholar working beside furnaces and glass vessels over 1,000 years ago. His exact biography may remain uncertain. Some details may be lost forever, but his influence survives. Every laboratory, every chemical experiment, every controlled scientific procedure echoes ideas he helped develop. Empires vanished, libraries burned, dynasties collapsed, but knowledge survived, carried across generations by scholars who refused to stop asking questions. Jabir ibn Hayyan searched for transformation. He searched for hidden truths inside matter itself. And in doing so, he transformed something even greater than metal. He transformed human thought. From mystery to method. From superstition to experimentation. From alchemy to chemistry. More than 1,000 years later, the fires of his laboratory still burn. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Turn on the notification bell so you never miss an upload, and let me know your thoughts in the comments below. See you in the next video.